Athletes are often held to high expectations, but sometimes not high enough. And Brenda Tracy is making sure college football teams aren't leaving out the expectation that sexual and physical violence are never okay.
I really just wanted to, give coaches a way to like draw the line in the sand and say, this is my expectation of you. And if you step over that line, then you lose the privilege of playing on this team, representing this team.
Brenda is the founder of Set the Expectation, a nonprofit and campaign that works to inspire players and coaches to become involved in the fight against sexual violence. As the survivor of a gang rape by football players, Brenda came forward with her story in 2014. And 2 years later, the nurse turned public speaker started speaking to college football programs all across the country.
I actually share my story of my gang rape by college football players in really graphic detail. It's extremely uncomfortable for me. I usually always cry when I'm recalling the events, and you can hear a pin drop in the room. Everybody's very, very quiet. And then I kind of get to a part where I start to transition kind of about my advocacy work and that kind of thing. I say to them, I'm not here because I think that you're the problem. I'm here because I know that you are the solution.
One of those men who have become a part of the solution is Washington NFL Team 2020 draft pick and defensive end James Smith-Williams, who is Set the Expectation's first ever NFL ambassador. The former NC State standout met Brenda after she spoke to his Wolfpack football team in 2019. Within a month, James was organizing a donation drive with a local domestic violence shelter.
For me, that was like, oh, not only did he get it, but he just on his own got active immediately.
James isn't afraid to speak up, even as an NFL rookie, and recently spoke up on Twitter after the Washington Post reported that former Washington football team women employees and journalists accused team staffers of sexual harassment and verbal abuse. In part of his tweet, he says it falls on the good men to speak up and help out wherever and however they can.
Most sexual violence is perpetrated by men, but at the same time, most men will never perpetrate sexual violence. So I think part of the work that I do is getting good men to understand, like, this is your issue. So it's really about men getting involved.
Getting involved and setting the expectation. In Norfolk, Megan Plain with the Chevrolet Sports Report.